1 gil. Are you shitting me? 1 gil. This game is so brutally evil. I cannot stress that enough, how evil that was. Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy II. I'm your host, nicodemoscain, and for all of 2017 and beyond, we are playing all of the main numbered Final Fantasies in celebration of the 30th anniversary of the Final Fantasy franchise. This, of course, is Final Fantasy II from Final Fantasy Origins on the PS1. We have been having a really hard time trying to figure out this game. At least on camera. Off camera, I have decoded the major conundrum here. As you can see by this, I've been busy. I've been super busy. The last time that we were playing this game, everybody was at half of the HP that they are now. That's a fact. I have been going through, looking at some videos on YouTube, just generally doing some things myself, trying to figure out how to do it, and I broke the code. I figured out how to do it. You don't have to hit yourself, you just have to slowly work your way into the bigger enemies. And by that I mean that for every place that the higher enemies are, there's like a couple of lines where you can walk back and forth on, where it just slowly eases you into those enemies. For example, if I was going up to, say, the ogres that had the turtles with the shells, the spiked toys, I think it's what they were called. If you go straight up into that area where they're at, you will more than likely get like 2 spiked toys and maybe 2 ogres, and they'll just own you. But if you gradually walk up, and I'm talking about lines of horizontal lines, if you gradually walk along these horizontal lines and slowly go up one line at a time, you eventually start getting fights where there's like 1 ogre, or maybe 1 spiked toys, or, you know, maybe one of the weird flamingo looking, you know. Slowly but surely you work your way up, and you can start fighting, and you let them hit you, and they'll hit you pretty hard, and you know, you heal yourself, and you got to go back to an inn, and you got to, you know, heal yourself again and go back out and do it again, and you come back in and you go back out. It took a lot. I would say I did a good 3 to 4 hours of just doing nothing but that, listening to some YouTube videos, doing some editing, and eventually it worked, and I got to this point, and now I feel pretty confident that we can move on with the story. So let's move on with the story. I did also find the map. Hey, I found the map. On the PlayStation, it is circle and select. So this is the map, of course. It's kind of ugly looking, but hey, you know, what do you expect, right? So we're there. As you can see, this is over here where we started. Where is my... Oh yeah, Altair, of course, Gotria, we were there, and then Paloom is where we took off from. Poft is where we ended up at. Bafsk is over there. Salamand, which I think we just walked into. And then, of course, Finn. And then Semet Falls, which I actually found Semet Falls, which is where we have to go. But I went into Semet Falls and fought a little bit of the enemies in there, because apparently that's just one of the places where you have to eventually level up. There's an entire series that somebody made on YouTube, where he slowly started from the lower levels and just slowly worked his way up. And it's just different areas where you can go. And Semet Falls was one of them where you go to level up, and then you just move on to the next one, move on to the next one. So it was actually, it was really, really cool that I found that. And I'm really, really happy that it's working out for me, and I'm glad. Alright, so that's that. I got a lot of extra weapons in too. Gus, yet again, he is doing so much better unarmed than with any other weapons at all. But we got these flame bows, and they're turning out to be pretty good. These mage's staffs, which were some drops that we got. And then the mithril helmets, which were drops. You know, it's just been basically just going out fighting enemies and then just picking stuff up and going from there. And it's been pretty easy. You know, I've finally figured out how to play the game the way that I like to play the game, and it was just a matter of just doing it off camera, just saying, you know, I'm going to go out and I'm going to play for, you know, 2 or 3 hours. And it wasn't about hitting myself. The hitting myself, it was working, but I was constantly healing myself, and it was just a pain in the ass to do. And I just knew that if I kept doing that, I was just going to be walking around in this big circle, and I wasn't going to get anywhere. So I said, you know what? Let's try it this way. You know, let's see if there's any other way that we can do it that works. And I found that, and hey, you know, I'm happy. I'm at a place where I'm pretty good. Granted, I am probably way over leveled for where I'm supposed to be, but that's all right. I can, if this keeps going on, I can almost guarantee that I will have maxed out my stats if I keep doing this within the next 10 episodes, which means that the rest of this game should be a cakewalk. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. This is Salamand. Let's just go in here and check it out. I just want to see something. And actually talk to people here. The men of Salamand have been enslaved to working in caverns behind the Cement Falls. Please help us. I don't remember if we came all the way in here or not. Last episode. Beyond the mountains south of Salamand is the Cement Falls. The Empire has been mining mithril in the cave above. Okay, of course we, like I said, I've been up there. I just went around the first level. There were 2 chests. No, I don't need to save right now. I'm actually pretty good. There were 2 chests that was like 10 gil and 100 gil. There was nothing in there at all. But I haven't come up here to get weapons. I need to come up here and get weapons because I am loaded. If you can see my money over there in the top right corner, just going around grinding. That's how much money you get. It just slowly comes. And then, of course, as you fight certain enemies, you'll get certain spell scrolls. And I use the scrolls that I want, and then I sell them. And some of those scrolls that I get are like 1,500 gil a piece. It's an amazing thing. This game rewards your grinding. Let's put it that way. It doesn't... I know, like I said, you can cheat the system where you can constantly heal yourself and make your magic go up. You can constantly hit yourself and make your, you know, HP go down. All that kind of stuff. You can do that. But it just seems like the way that I was doing it, it felt right. It felt good. And it worked the way that I needed it to work. There's really nothing in here that's going to make me any better than I already am. And with that in mind, we're just not going to buy it. I have been buying up stuff. I've been buying at least 3 of everything just to have that thing. But it's gotten to the point to where there's a limited inventory system. I found out you only got 63 slots. Bronze shield, which I don't need. Bronze, no, and then no. Alright. You only get 63 slots. I found that out the hard way. Whenever I wasn't able to pick something up, I was like, oh crap, I don't have enough space. So that's actually, that's kind of a cool little feature for them to put into it, is to have it like that. You guys have the same old crap all the time, don't you? Yeah, and I don't really need any of it right now. Maybe whenever I lose Mindu, because whenever he or she, some people have said that it looks like a female, and it does. I don't know. I would say female, maybe. But whenever he or she leaves, I'm going to need that white mage. That Asuna is not going to be there. So I don't know what I'm going to do without it. Sorry, I'm listening to my dryer in the background, and it sounds like it's having some problems. Life, that's what I want right there. Actually, I want to get 3 of them. I want everybody in the party to have life. Phase, banish, which we've been getting banished as drop, believe it or not. And warp, which I can't get to work. I've actually used warp on several of the low-level enemies, and I can't get it to do anything. But yes, no, life, please, absolutely. Give me the life. I need that. One for him. And I wish I could remember the guy's name that I was watching. The way that he was doing it, especially when it came to enemies that were, you know, several levels above where you were, what he was doing was he was casting life on everybody in the party. That way, if somebody died, it would... Okay, so it's that. That way, if somebody died, it would automatically raise them. And they would get the HP bonus anyways, because they were such low health. And I thought, that's such amazing. It's just an amazing idea. Why couldn't I have thought of that? I love Joseph, but I'm afraid I will only be in his way if I'm at his side. Well, then just leave him. If you ever have a doubt, just leave him. That's all you gotta do. What do you got? Yes, let's ask about the airship. I know who's the airship expert, but I'm not telling you now. We already know the airship expert. Shut the hell up. What about you know about Mithril? Mithril? Well, I haven't found any yet. I've got clues, though. That sounds like you know something. Before I go further, I need you to prove yourselves. The people of Salaman have been put to work in a cavern behind Summit Falls. If you want to earn my trust, save them. Well, I'm probably going to do that anyways. What do you know about Wild Rose? Princess Hilda sent you here, a group of half-pints like you? I find that hard to believe. Right. Well, buddy, if you haven't heard, we are the Warriors of Light. Wow. I'm sorry, my dryer. Yet again, wow. It's making some weird noise. I don't know. That's so crazy. But yeah, the guy that I've been watching, it's like I said, I wish I could remember his name. I don't want to pull it up right now because if I touch my laptop, who knows what insanity could befall it. But he was saying that if you give life to everybody, and if you have at least two of the characters that can hit the worst, just cast life on the whole party, especially when you're fighting the higher level guys, then at least one of those life will get off in case somebody does die. Which I said, you know, that makes perfect sense. It got to the point to where I was casting Cure with at least... Well, no, I wasn't casting Cure. What was I casting? No, I was using a pre-life. Mindu was the only guy that had the life on him. And I was pre-casting that while I was fighting the big guards in the Finn, I think it was. Because trying to fight those guys, well, whenever I started fighting them was pretty rough. They were beating me down pretty hardcore. But I was able to get back up to a point to where it was like, okay, I can do this. I got this. So that's that dryer again. This whole episode is just gonna be me talking about my dryer because it's all I'm hearing right now. So I actually have to go. I have to go up and around this. Okay, so we gotta go this way. I also found out too that if you get on the rivers, you don't get attacked by river creatures. That's crazy. See, these soldiers are nothing. It's the captains inside the cities. Those are the ones that are really rough. But that right there, it's nothing. That's good. See, it said 47 out of 63 slots. I'm like, oh my god. But there's the entrance to the cave right there on the bottom of the thing. So we will go do that, and we will figure out what we have to do in here, how we have to save these people, these peoples, however you want to say it. But that's basically all I've been doing, is just sitting here playing this game. Like I said, I've been watching YouTube, just watching some other creators, some other stuff going on. Mostly conspiracy videos. I like conspiracies. That's just me, you know. Nothing crazy or absolutely absurd. I'm not going to go into details about what I watch, what I believe, what I don't believe. But that's basically all I've been doing. I've also been watching a I don't know if anybody remember the old GameTrailers.com. I'm sure some people do. They used to have these video game retrospectives that they used to put out weekly. That I remember watching them whenever they were new. I mean, this was several years ago. I almost want to say 10 years ago, but I don't think that's right. But I remember watching them when they were new, and they were like 20-minute long videos. They did one on Metal Gear, the entire Metal Gear series, every video game up until like I think it was Metal Gear Solid 4. But then they did one for Metroid. They did one for Legend of Zelda. They did one for oh shoot, Star Wars. Oh my God, every Star Wars game right before not Shadows of the Empire. What was the name of that game? I actually have it. I'm looking into my collection. The Force Unleashed. Yeah, that's what it was. I think that's it. Yeah, The Force Unleashed. But that one was extremely long because what somebody had done was GameTrailers.com folded. It went down. When it went down, they took everything down. Luckily, there were some guys that were able to go out and grab all of them. And I'm not going to say who did it because of copyright reasons, of course. But what he did was he took all of those little smaller episodes, put them together in one big episode, so you would get like these 3-hour-long episodes of these retrospectives. And I've been listening to them at work. I never did figure out what this thing is. It's a thing. I think it's a warp crystal or something. But they're like 3-hour-long episodes, so I was listening to the Final Fantasy retrospective today, which is, I think it was like 3.5 hours long. Really, really cool stuff. He was talking about every Final Fantasy up until Final Fantasy 13 at the time. It was, talking about the original Final Fantasy 2 and all the little things that they added and subtracted, whenever they did the remakes, and how much they keep changing the remakes. That actually brought up a good point to me doing this, because since this is one of the first remakes of this, every time they do a remake, they tweak little changes. They'll either change the name of an enemy, or even sometimes change the name of a character. But they will also change translation errors, because apparently there's a lot of translation errors. What is this? Oh my God, I'm in water. What the hell? I'm swimming! From that day on, I was swimming. Oh my God, that's a balloon, but it's a bomb. I mean, we all know what that is. Can we kill him? Please. We should be able to walk right over these guys. This is just absolutely ridiculous how overpowered I am. I mean, really, I am just like... I don't want to say I'm Superman, but I'm close enough that I'm not too worried about what's going on down here, unless I hit some really crazy boss thing or something. Uh-oh. What's this? Watch me an alligator. Piranha. No, it's just a whole bunch of these guys, which I can just clobber through like they're nothing. I actually thought about doing some magic on these guys, because everybody's got like bolts and ice and all that. It's just that I haven't used it very much, and I'm thinking that I need to go do some of the lower level enemies, just to be able to use those to get them up. And again, if you don't use it, your magic goes down. And if you do use magic, then your strength goes down. So it's this balancing act that you have to do to try to get this to work. So I've been trying to figure out the best way to do it, and I think that it only counts when you use magic. It only counts if you actually like hurt the guy, because I've used magic before and it's missed, or I've hit for like 0 and I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. So it's one of those things where I could just walk through this game just using weapons, and then not having to worry about it so much, but I don't know yet. Potion? I'll take a potion. Sure, why not? But they were talking about all the different things that... oh, God, there's 4 doors. Are you kidding me with the 4 doors? Oh, shit. There's a treasure chest over there, too. Let's go get that treasure chest. They were talking about the translation stuff. The one that I remember vividly, because we just got done with the Final Fantasy 1, was the fountain in Cornelia. Or Corneria, depending on which translation you got. But the one that says, put my water on your face. Which I said, man, that's crazy. But the original translation of the first Final Fantasy is, come wash your face. You know, why would that be so different? I mean, come wash your face and put my water on your face are two completely different suggestive things that just both completely go so far over the top that I don't even know how to respond to that kind of stuff. I really don't. It's like, oh my god, are you serious? But that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Those are the little things that they were saying, you know. It's amazing how one thing will be here, but then the next thing will be like this, and why? You know, why would you try to change it once you get the definitive form of the way a thing is? You know, I get that there's translation errors, sure, but some of those, they just, I don't know, maybe they just leave them in for a sense of humor? I don't really know. It's crazy stuff. But I know I did say that, too, that I am going to be playing the original Final Fantasy on the NES for my Play It Till You Die. I just haven't done that yet. I'm getting around to it. It'll happen sooner or later. I've just been wanting to get into this. I'm wanting to record a lot of these to get them out of the way because my schedule is shifting a little bit now that it's getting warmer. I want to get out of the house more. So tired of being trapped in this house. And of course, I've said it before, it seems like all I ever do is just come home from work because I work 8.5 hours a day and it's 30-minute drive back and forth. And by the time I get home, I only got like 4 hours to do stuff. And I would really love to just come home and just go out, ride a bike, you know, get out and get some sun, enjoy life instead of sitting here editing. So I'm changing my schedule up just a tiny bit. And that is going to be reflected in how many times you see these videos. Probably Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Maybe. I don't know. It depends. It really depends. More than likely Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. Fridays and Sundays I'm not going to do anything. Which you don't really now. I mean, I usually do something on Fridays, but I think I'm just going to stop that. That way it gives me an extra day. Listen to me talking about my video schedule. It's pretty sad when you talk about your video schedule. It kind of sounds like you don't have anything else to talk about. And I really don't. I mean, as far as Final Fantasy stuff that's going on, I did download Episode Gladio. I have not played it yet for Final Fantasy 15. I've barely touched Final Fantasy 14 all week because I don't have the time, which I knew that eventually, you know, if I got my subscription again, I probably wouldn't touch it. I've been mostly trying to figure out this game. This game has sucked up a lot of time for me. I'm just trying to figure out how to play it, what to do, where to go. But again, now that I know what I'm doing, you know, I got everybody up. I have everybody up past an HP point that I feel like I'm not going to die every time I make a turn, like I was before, you know. So I think I'm doing all right at this point. I think I'm at a point to where we can go through this game. We can have some fun. We can figure out what we're doing. But as far as everything else, we just got the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5. I've been kind of playing that one a little bit. I've been playing it with Angie B. She's been watching me play it. Which door should I take? Oh, God. Did I choose poorly? What door is this? B3. We're gonna stick to the right wall and see where it takes us. But I just started playing that. I never, when I first had Kingdom Hearts, I never beat it. I got up to Halloween Town and I was so tired of just constantly sitting there hitting the X button that I said, I can't play this anymore. It's lame. Plus, I also had a bunch of other games come in, and one gil. Are you shitting me? One gil. This game is so brutally evil. I cannot stress that enough, how evil that was. But there were other games that came around whenever I first got Kingdom Hearts that I knew that when it came around to actually playing it all the way through, I said, it's not going to happen. I've got, if I remember right, there was, it wasn't Madden, it was something else. It was some sports game that came around. I think it was probably one of the WWEs that came around, and I said, you know, I'm going to play that eventually. But are you shitting me? There's nothing in this room. Oh wait, there's something in this room. There's a fight in this room. But I said I'm going to wind up playing this other game, and I'm going to put Kingdom Hearts off to the side, and I'll get back to it eventually. But I distinctly remember when I put Kingdom Hearts off to the side, I had some things happen, and I wasn't able to get back to it, and it just kept sitting there, and eventually it got to the point to where I had to, oh, come on. Are you serious? I got, oh, zombies. Zombie! Zombie! Oh, here's a little silly spoiler for you for The Walking Dead. They actually say the word zombie in the comic books. I know, spoiled me. It's not even like a spoiler. It's like it's a spoiled. I am spoiled on the. It like sucks so bad that I got spoiled on that. It's like, why? Why would you say the? Because I thought for the longest time that they never actually mentioned the word zombie anywhere. You know, it was either a walker or did somebody say shambler or something? I don't remember exactly what it was. But I never thought that anybody actually referred to them as zombies, because really that's the kind of world where they don't think that they're a zombie. They're just like reanimated dead. But I read that in a book and I was like, oh, you've got to be shitting me. Zombie. I just ruined the whole thing. Ruined. Totally ruined. Whole series. I can't watch any of the shows ever again. It's done. It's over. No shit. I'm totally watching that series. Jeez, and I'm reading through all the books too. We're buying all the little tiny collections, the ones that have all the zombies on the front that you connect them all up, makes one continuous picture. I'm slowly buying those as I read them. Having a lot of fun doing those too. Those are really, really good stories. Nothing down here. Man, this game is just evil. This game is friggin' evil. What door should I take? Let's always take the first door. Why not? And I am looking at the time, and we are out of time for this episode. Are you shitting me? Man. And I don't want to make a long episode either. I really don't. Okay, when we get out of this fight, we'll stop, and then I will go ahead and record the next one. And we will get through this. I'm sitting here looking at my strategy guide, because I know I said at the beginning of this playthrough, I said I didn't want to use the strategy guide to get through this game like I did with Final Fantasy 1. I mean, Final Fantasy 1, we cheated our way through that game so much. Okay, we're stopping there. But we cheated our way through that game so much that it's like you didn't get the feel of the game, you know? But it cut a lot of the episodes down. I went for what, 30 episodes there? So, you know, I don't want to make too many episodes on this playthrough either. I don't know how long it takes to get through this. Actually, this is one of those games that I said I wanted to play through blind, so we're trying to play through this blind. We're trying to make this as legit as possible. So I will stop it here, and I will pick it up on the next episode. And we should hopefully be able to figure out where the hell we're going, what we're doing. It's got to be one of these doors, and I can only imagine that there's stuff behind these other doors, treasures that I have never seen, treasures of the deep, treasures of the beyond. Yeah, stuff like that. But we'll do that. We will come back to it, and hopefully we'll be able to figure out what's going on. See where we're going. Hopefully we can find these townspeople that we need to save, and then the mithril. And Lord knows what else we're going to do. But now that we know how to play the game, I don't have to worry about it. I mean, we're just breezing through it. We're just breezing through these enemies like they're nothing. And like I said, I'm going to keep leveling like that. And sooner or later, it's going to get to the point to where I am going to be completely maxed out, and we're just going to walk through this game like it's nothing. Kind of like I did on the New Game Plus on the Final Fantasy 15. I just walked through that game. Storyline only is all it was. Which, hey, you know, I mean, maybe it'll make for a quicker game if we just go ahead and do that. So anyways, I thank you guys very much for watching. This has been Final Fantasy II from the Final Fantasy Origins on the PS1. I have been nicodemoscain. Thank you again. I always thank you guys very much for watching these. It's amazing how some nobody like me can wind up recording crap like this, and somebody comes around and watches it on the internet, you know. But come around next time, where we will see where this cave goes, and we will hopefully figure out what the hell we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to do it. But until then, I wish you all well in all your future endeavors, and I hope that the world lasts for you. Take care, save often.